The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delete Sahai, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. First, let us catch up with the major headlines. Meeting focusing on the role and contribution of the National Union of Eritrean Women in Asab subzone. Contribution of water and soil conservation in Berich subzone. China launched a new aircraft career in a naval race with the US. And Turkey rejects US pressure in giving up Russian S-400S bomber. Proceeding with our reports, a meeting focusing on the role and contribution of the National Union of Eritrean Women in all sectors was conducted with parents in the port city of Asab. At the meeting, a briefing was provided on the union's role during the armed struggle for independence, its contribution in safeguarding the national sovereignty, and its efforts in instilling noble societal values among generations. Ms. Sadia Ibrahim, head of the union branch in the southern Red Sea region, called on women to exert strong efforts in collaboration with partners to enable their daughters to develop themselves through knowledge and education and play their due role in the national affairs. Noting that negative consequences of harmful practice in general and underage marriage and female genital mutilation in particular on the physical and psychological development of women, Ms. Sadia called on active participation in eradicating such harmful practices. Ms. Hawa Mohammed, Director General of Culture and Sports in the region, and Ms. Rutata Ke, head of the NEUW branch in Port City of Asab, also called on women to strengthen their organizational capacity and participation in the national development programs. Farmers in Berich subzone reported that the water and soil conservation activities have undertaken are significantly contribution in boosting their agricultural production. The farmers indicated that through their strong efforts and advice and follow-up from agricultural experts, they expect to produce more than 55 quintals per hectare. Mr. Major Mengstab, head of the agriculture office in the subzone, said that farmers reported by agricultural experts are exerting commendable efforts to realize the objective of the Ministry of Agriculture to ensure nutritious food for all and everywhere. Mr. Tasfut Sfatyan, administrator of the subzone, on his part called on farmers to conduct regular follow-ups and their crops until the harvest. Berich subzone comprises 12 administrative areas and 21 villages and is a home to over 55,000 people. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. China's most advanced aircraft carrier, the Fujian, has entered service a day after the grand commissioning ceremony overseen by Chinese leader Xi Jinping, state media said. The Fujian, the country's third aircraft carrier equipped with electromagnetic hurls, which will allow panels to play launch and higher speeds. Its launch marked a significant step towards for Beijing, which now has the world's largest navy in terms of sheer number of ships. China has been explaining its navy at breakneck speed under Xi, putting pressure on the United States and its allies to keep up. The Fujian can launch 3 different types of aircrafts with its electromagnetic hurl and flat flight deck, according to state media. State media hailed the Fujian as a major milestone in the development of the Chinese Navy. The US is the only other country in the world to have an aircraft carrier with the same electromagnetic catapult system as Fujian. On our last report, Turkey continues to resist U.S. demands to abandon its Russian-made S-400 air defense system, but is eager to make some concessions to the American and the issues Bloomberg has reported. The attain of the S-400S by Ankara from Moscow in 2019 soured its relations with Washington, resulting in sanctions being imposed against Turkey the next year and the NATO members' exclusion of the U.S. F-35 fighter jet program. The Turkish government has defended the purchase, insisting on their sovereign right to choose their arms supplier. Turkey remains interested in buying 40 F-35s from the U.S., which should be impossible as long as the sanctions remain in place, and the news agency said in an article on Friday. The country's Air Force Chief Amarpreet Singh said that S-400S, which is deployed by New Delhi during the flare-up in the Islamabad in May, have proven to be the game-changer, effectively preventing Pakistani jets from getting within strike's distance in Indian targets. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Meeting focusing on the role and contribution of the National Union of Eritrean Women in Assab. Contribution of water and soil conservation in Eritrea zone. China launched new aircraft carrier and naval base with the U.S. And Turkey rejects U.S. pressure to give up on Russian S-400S Bloomberg. And that wraps up our stories for tonight. Thanks for watching and have a good night.